Good day, guys. Good day to you all. Welcome back to the Formula Sports channel, and thanks for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're taking a quick look at the Gold Cup squad that was announced yesterday, the Jamaica Reggae Boyz Gold Cup squad that was released shortly after our international friendly yesterday morning with Jordan, right? This is the squad on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. This is the squad on your screen. For starters, did you guys see the comment that Michael Hector made in the comment section under the post releasing the squad on the JFF Instagram page? I found this comment hilarious. Michael Hector said, "I must play cricket," laughing emoji. Michael Hector looked like him salty about being left out of this Gold Cup squad. The dog looked like him begs. Seeing me personally, I would have put him in my Gold Cup squad. Seeing, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, why not have to deal with Michael Hector, someone? Why does the Jamaican Reggae Boyz footballing fan base have to be so disrespectful? The comments in the comment section responding to Michael Hector's comment, "Brother, you're not good." Seeing, you aren't good. TF. I don't know what TF mean. I mean, the comments just disrespectful, bro. You don't deserve to be there. I mean, Jesus, man. I know Michael Hector is a polarizing player. But I not just Michael Hector alone. The Reggae Boyz fan base can be so disrespectful sometimes. I think it's our society on a whole. We as Jamaicans, we tend to be the type of people who just say what's on our mind. We're not really diplomatic about it sometimes. But sometimes we need to be a bit diplomatic. Seeing, I mean, the disrespect when the Hector in the comment section, totally uncalled for. Seeing, especially a baller that has been so loyal to the Jamaican footballing cause, man, honestly. Everton also had something to say as well in the comment section. Everton Football Club, they were clearly happy to see their player. And, the big new addition, the big new arrival, Demarai Gray. And also Ravel Morris in the comment section, he said what? Good luck, if I'm not mistaken. So he, had a good response to being left out of the squad as well. For starters, how I feel about the Gold Cup squad, it could have been a little stronger still. Not gonna lie, could have been a little stronger. Decent little squad. You can go on with a Likkle Ting. Decent little squad can go on with a Likkle Ting. I still want to see my squad a little bit stronger. I don't think this is the strongest team that can be assembled given the current crop of players available to us. Seeing, and not entirely the fault of the selection, really. I mean, a player like Kevin Stewart, for instance, would be a great addition to this squad, but obviously Kevin Stewart is in no shape to be making a Gold Cup squad right now. This squad, when I look at it, lacking a bit of depth in certain areas, especially in the midfield, lacking a bit of depth in certain positions. So that was one of the first thoughts that came to mind when I looked at the squad. Also, it's a decent little mix of youth and experience. That's also one of the initial thoughts that came to my mind. Also, you can find a good starting 11 from this 23-man squad. It's the depth in certain positions I'm a little bit concerned about, but you can find a good starting 11 who can go on with a good run in the upcoming Gold Cup. Seeing, the goalkeeper pool is strong, and these are the three goalkeepers that I would have brought to the tournament, me personally. Right, Kanaya Boyce Clark, I don't think makes it on merit. He's my fourth choice behind Adai. But as I stated in a previous video, Kanaya Boyce Clark is a wonder boy that needs to be kept. The defense, it's okay. Missing some noticeable absentees Wes Harding is a player that would have made my defense line. I'm also a little bit right. I'm very shocked Wes Harding is not in it. Very shocked, right? It can't be just footballing reasons why Wes Harding is not in it, because on merit he makes it easily. It can't be just solely footballing reasons, right? Richard King is a big omission as well. It's a little bit surprising to see King not being in there. Frey as well. I'm surprised and disappointed that Frey isn't there, especially the fact that Frey can play in the pivots and has played in the midfield for Inter Miami this season. So I'm disappointed to see Frey not there. It must be because of documentation or something, non-footballing reasons why Frey isn't in it as well, especially when you think about how thin the midfield is. Frey would have been a wonderful addition. Plus, he's young, talented, great upside, can add sufficient enough value to the squad right now to make it on merit. Very surprised Frey and disappointed Frey did not make it. Alvas Powell as well might be a surprising omission to some. Not me personally, but to some. The midfield, thin, very thin. Not really all that impressed by the midfield, to be honest with you. Noticeable omissions. Phillips, I'm shocked Demario Phillips didn't make this squad. I'm also a bit surprised that Ravel Morrison did not make the squad. I understand why he didn't, right? The gaffer would have stated that as well, but still surprised that he didn't make the squad. Me personally, I'd have swapped Phillips for Lambert. The fact of the matter is, Demario Phillips, in my humble opinion, was the best player across both games in the recently played friendlies against Qatar and Jordan. He was one of the best players in the first game, probably would have been the best player had he played the entire game. He didn't play the entire game. He was a substitute. And the second game, I thought he was the best player on the park, the most consistent player on the park. And especially how thin we are in the pivots in terms of any real quality in the pivot positions. I'm very surprised that he didn't make it. I'm very surprised that Kevin Lambert made it over him. Russell can play CDM, Latibaudier can play CDM. Lambert is a CDM, so he's clearly there to play CDM as well. Who we have there to play number 8? Right? Daniel Johnson, who is a makeshift number 8, really and truly a number 10. Okay, the only real number 8 we have there is Jonathan Russell. Me personally, I would have brought Demario Phillips over Lambert. I thought he impressed that much. So he's really a shocking omission. The center forward pool, or the forward pool rather, probably as good as it could almost be, minus Dujan Whisper Richards. So as I say, a decent little squad can go on with a decent little thing. To be honest, when I look at the squad, I see some questionable selections in the squad, right? Whisper impressed me in the recent friendlies, yes, but that's within the context of what I expected him to do versus what he actually did, right? Mariette Whisper, decent young baller, great upside, will be an instrumental part of the Reggae Boyz setup going forward. Do I think he's ready for the Gold Cup level right now? No, I don't. People, Mariette Whisper, don't get it wrong. Seeing I was the very first person not named Craig Butler or Richie, the boy's father, to do a video talking about Whisper on YouTube and telling you guys to look out for this player. There is something special here. But as of right now, at this current time, I don't think the player is ready for the Gold Cup level. And I don't think it's a good look to have amateur footballers making the Gold Cup team. Straight up. Adrian Mariappa, God have mercy. Is Jaime Earl Grimson going to let it get to the point where Reggae Boyz fans start for this Adrian Mariappa? People, me don't want to see it get to the point where we start to disrespect the legend maps, you know. We need to move on past maps now. Especially people like Wes Harding. How you pick maps over Wes Harding? That's madness. It can't be footballing reasons. Look, I understand Maps is very experienced, but fine, bring him as a part of the coaching setup. Or bring him and have him in and around the squad in terms of having him around the squad, but not actually in it, taking the space of players who are far more deserving. We don't want to see get to a point where Reggae Boyz fans start for this Adrian Mariappa. We need to move past Maps now. And as I stated earlier, surprised and a little bit upset Frey did not make it, especially given his ability to play in the pivots, which is something that, which is a area of our squad that is a bit concerning to me. Seeing another one of the big things that I noticed when looking at the squad was the lack of creativity. Where does the creativity come from? I certainly don't see enough creativity in this squad to be sufficiently pleasing to me. I don't think the creativity that is in this squad meets the levels required. Creativity was also something that the team struggled with in the last two friendlies that we just played. Bobby Reed is more of a running number 10 linkman when he plays in the number 10 position. So too is Daniel Johnson. You don't think creativity when you think of those two players. Kaheem Paris, yes, to be fair, is a creative winger who provides goal contributions as well, right? So, okay, I see creativity there. Fine. Who else? Demarai Gray. Creativity is not the first thing that comes to my mind when I think of Demarai Gray. It's not his main attribute. It's not one of the first things I think about when I think about Demarai Gray. Damn good player, sure. But does he possess creativity? Yes, he does. But all right, I could give them I could give the gaffer Demarai Gray too. Creativity, but not the first thing I think of when I think of Demarai Gray. But there is some creativity there. And to be fair, especially with his dribbling and his energy levels, right? And his running ability, right? He can provide some creativity where that is concerned. Leon Bailey, the poster flop, no longer the poster boy, the poster flop. Yes, we know that Leon Bailey at his best can produce bags of creativity. The problem is, ladies and gentlemen, if we are relying on Leon Bailey for anything in this tournament, we can't dark. Leon Bailey has not produced anything much for the national team. So if he is the one that we are looking to provide that creativity, we're in trouble. The poster flop cannot be relied upon. When it comes to Leon Bailey, we as Reggae Boyz fans, we take what we get, but we not expect anything much. Are we looking for creativity from Dujan Whisper Richards, the amateur footballer? Creativity is a major problem when I look at this team. Also, where's the goals coming from? Mikel Antonio didn't score a lot of goals this season. Shamar Nicholson worse. Leon Bailey, a decent amount of goals for a winger. Decent at best. Demarai Gray the same. Where are the goals coming from? Are the amateur footballer we're looking to for goals? Dujan Whisper Richards, who has never even scored a goal at the professional level. Corey Burke hasn't been in the most impressive scoring form in the MLS either. Kahim Paris just recently broke into the starting 11 at Dynamo Kiev and hasn't, if I'm not mistaken, hasn't scored a goal for Kiev either. Where are the goals coming from? Me not see it. But hey, that's my opinion on the squad, ladies and gentlemen. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you think. A decent little squad can go on with a decent little thing. See, knock up the like button, subscribe, and share. Stay safe, take care, and until next time.